Hello, 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 hello. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but as usual, I sit and I wait to see who's here. I'm going to drink some water. Great introduction. I meant to do it before I went live. Oh my God, how is everybody today? It's a little bit smoky and hazy here today. We've had some bushfires up and about the places, and the smoke is carrying through. It is humid. Oh, hello. I can see people are starting to feed through now. Awesome. Welcome, everybody. A little bit of an impromptu live feed. Good morning, Shakti. Good morning, Leonie. I am well. I woke up really productive this morning. I was like, I get to sleep in, no alarm. And I was awake early. I was like, you know what? I'm awake. So I've hand washed all my dresses and sorted out the firewood, did washing. All right. Yes, you may, Monique. Let's get started. So, Monique, I will read for you. But before I get started, nice to hear, Shakti. Nice to hear. So before I get started, I'll just throw Monique's comment up there. Please feel free to comment more than one time. Please do not smash the live feed, but you will hear me quite often say I'm going to catch up to the comments. When I do that, you can pretty much rest assured that I've missed you. And so please feel free to comment again. Otherwise, I get stuck right up at the top. And so just as a common courtesy, please always follow my page if you're going to ask for a reading. I find that to be a nice energy exchange between ourselves, and always just love a thumbs up or a heart on the live feed as well. That just helps my algorithm, and so I do appreciate it. All right, Monique, let me focus on you and pull you some cards. Monique. Monique. You know, song. I've noticed I've been getting a lot of songs in my head when I do live feeds with you. I got what's the name on Grease? It's Sandy. I'm just trying to think of her last name. But when she sings that, I can't sing, and it's way too high pitched for me to even attempt. Anyway, I digress. All right, let me focus on you, Monique. The song's fitting though. Oh, you know that one where she goes, "My heart is not the first heartbroken." I can't sing it, so I don't want to sing it too much, but I want to give the song because as I'm tuning in with your energy, that's where my energy goes. As I pull your cards, you've got the "Where Are You" card, you've got the improvement cards, and you've got the betrayal card, the sheep in the wolf's clothing. Okay. And so when I sit with your energy, the "Where Are You" card, it calls on you to kind of ask yourself that question: where are you? Are you happy with what's around you? If what is around you right now and the way that you do everything was what you have and the way that it performed for the rest of your life, are you satisfied? And if you aren't, it's time to kind of, it's calling you. It's time to check back and check in with yourself, okay? That improvement of self in situations, I feel like for you, there's like aha moments, okay? I feel like you've got quite a high level of self-awareness. And so I always want to be cheeky and go, I can see you sitting back going, how the freaking hell did I miss that? You know, but just being vulnerable with yourself, okay? There's just that energy that's there. The sheep in wolf's clothing, now that can quite often be ourselves. And with you, I do feel it is that way. And it is that aha moment. It's like, how did I miss that? And it's that, it's safety in strength. You know, when we're strong, we're invincible. It's like where you can't grab me. And I don't feel you walk around guarded, but I feel that you have a guard. Okay, and it's on the other side of that guard that those aha moments are sitting. And so I feel like for you, I want to say to you, just spend the next couple of months being self-reflective, really kind of tuning into where you're at. I feel like there's some big shifts and changes that you are going to make, or that you, I want to say, need to make. These pertaining back to your personal relationships, and you already are feeling it. And so I want to say to you, as I said, that self-reflection that comes in over the next couple of months is going to bring so much clarity in and around with you, but you have to let your guard down, and not with everybody, but with yourself. Okay, your vulnerabilities are not weaknesses. It took me 47 years to be able to say that for myself. I get it, you know, but they're not. All right. And so I just think a little bit of self-reflection is in store for you. All right, I'm going to catch up with the comments. Okay. Yeah, hopelessly devoted to you. Thank you. You know what, Shakti? I can actually. I can. Where are you? There? Yeah, sweet. I did read for Shakti a couple of days ago. Was it maybe a week ago? But I'd mentioned a man, and I read past your comments, I get him straight back. I want to say to you that he's taller than you, by only by a couple of inches. He's an athletic body. He's kind of when I talk about athletic body, I want to say he's a slim fit, but I can see tone and those kind of little bits and pieces. I giggle because I feel like he's a little bit soft in and around the edges. That's there, okay. I feel like this person's enjoys spending time outside, but is not necessarily a big outdoors person. So you'll find, there'll be like I don't know, picnics, lunches on balconies, that kind of thing, not necessarily wanting to hike up the mountains with you. As far as it sits, they're secure in their employment, but I feel that they hold themselves back a little bit as well. Okay, this is somebody who's going to be in your energy that you will know that will come in. Okay, it's not a close energy, it's a distance energy that's there. But as I said to you before, you've got to shake off that checklist. All right. As I said, the energy's there. It always has been, but you've got to shake off that checklist. All right. Yeah, I'm very visual when I read. I'm very visual. That's why I like to be evidential, because I'm just, yeah. I don't think I need to explain that further. Let me catch up with these comments a little bit. All right. Sandra Montgomery. Please, can I have cards? I am dealing with stuff which is hard. Yeah. And it does feel like things that, simple decisions and choices or, actions aren't necessarily going to move out of the way. And I do feel that this energy is around you for, I want to say a couple more months, but the residual energy feels like it's sitting there for at least several months with you. That's very tiring, exhausting energy that's there around. But I want to say within that, and I know you're going to kind of want to go at me, but within that, as I sit and I speak with you, there's so much loyalty, compassion, and love that goes out. I almost feel that you sit and you worry, okay? And so just really kind of think about what is productive energy here as far as it sits, because it feels like there's been almost like this consuming energy that's come over. And you know what, like, it's admirable to sit and to love people and to be concerned about them. And I don't want to say, oh, we can just switch that off and not do that. But I feel that it's almost I'm doing this for I need to worry about this person. I need to, and the energy is not necessarily productive. And so I implore you just to kind of reflect on your balance a little bit around that. Okay. Are we better off sitting and worrying, or are we better off, I don't know, throwing that energy into cleaning the house so we've got more spare time to go and spend with said person? You get where I'm at. Okay. And I'm not saying it, you get where I'm at. Jesus. That's interesting. All right. I say it's interesting because you pull the same cards. There's always themes to readings, and I always giggle when I do see them come up so quickly. You've got the Where Are You card. You've got the Betrayal card. You've got the Healing card. And this is why I want a camera above here. I need to get that organized, because you'll see that I shuffle, I spread out, and I select where I'm drawn to. So the fact the same cards come out is no coincidence as far as it sits, but it's certainly not because they're sitting in the same place. That Where Are You card, I'm sure you just heard me explain it, okay? There's true depth to that card, and depending on the vibe and the situation and the time, it will depend on how deep I'll feel to drop it. And I do want to drop it heavy with you. And it is that, again, reflection. Where are you? How is this time being productive around with you? Okay. And take that in the right context, because I do feel that you're very productive and forward and all of those things in the areas that you need. But on the emotional side, it's like this plow that's just chowing at you. Okay. So the sheep in wolf's clothing. Now, I do feel like there's a family conglomerate that comes in and around with this energy. And I do feel like there has been, I want to say, taken advantage. Okay. And sometimes kindness is sort of taken. And so I don't want to be going to like betrayal and, all of those depths as far as it sits. There's outside. You can see how far, as soon as you can see, and you can see my energy that's there, how far this kind of crawls off into there, because there needs to be balance. Okay. Overall, there needs to be balance. Don't be afraid of stepping back a little bit. Don't be afraid of putting stronger boundaries in place, and all of those other little bits and pieces of energy that's there. Okay. Looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's a duck. You need to allow the healing to come in. Holding vengeance for people, I was talking about this with someone yesterday. Healing becomes so difficult because it's like, if there's been a wrongdoing or something that's happened in the past, they don't deserve to not feel, that wrath as far as it sits. But there's a good chance that wrath, we're the only person holding it. Okay. And so forgiveness isn't about saying what the other person did is okay. It's about saying, I no longer choose to be the vessel for that pain. And so you can see there's a lot here with you. And I want to say you've got a really beautiful stubborn energy underneath all of that, which is where I know that it'll feel a little bit foreign as far as it sits. But yeah, you need to find your place in the chaos and build a fence around yourself, okay? And it's not to shut people out. Make it a beautiful picket fence where beautiful roses can grow, but they've got to come through the gate and they've got to come through the way they want to. They can't just all, yeah, okay? I hope that helps. Gee, there's a lot of energy in that one. All right. Oh, geez. Sorry, I've caught all the comments at one time and they're all highlighted and moving. I'll stop doing that. The computer's doing that the other day. I've changed. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. Get off. There we go. It's me. Hang on a second. I did this the other day. I haven't seen it on the website though. If anyone knows, it's when I move my cursor and as soon as I go over something, it highlights it all. I've got no idea how to get rid of it. Let me do that. Okay, sweet. Sorry. Oh my God. This is frustrating. All right, well, it just means I can't right this second until I fix this. I'm not going to sit here for 10 years making this wait. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, you're very welcome, Sandra. You're very welcome. Sorry, I just scrolled down the bottom to see if anyone had an answer for me. Oh, it hasn't caused me problems up until now. All right, I am just going to call out. Sandra, I'm so sorry. I cannot get your comment off the page right this second. Oh, yes, I can. Maybe hide current comment. No, see, it's not. Oh, hang we go. A bit of aggression always helps. Let's see. Oh, yeah. See that? Thank you. All right. Sharon Maskiel. Let me pull some cards for you. I thought that only worked on the pokies. No. All right, Sharon. I always think of my beautiful grandma with that. Yeah, nice. Sharon, you've got some energy around you. You've got the external conflict card that comes up. You've got the health card that sits there with it. This external conflict energy, though, it just feels like stress. It feels like when it rains, it pours, all of those kind of little bits and pieces that are there. And again, it's that energy of finding a place within that and actually taking action around with it. The health card there, it talks about spiritual health, physical health, mental health, emotional health, and every other kind of health that there is. It's not just a specific focus, but it talks about thinking about the long term and paying attention. I feel like you're on the cusp of going, you know what, I'm just going to do this. And it's not like a big I tried to say life and altering at the same time. It's not a big life altering, like I'm seeing you leave marriages and, all of this kind of energy that's there. But I am seeing you making choices and decisions for your own self. And I want to encourage you to do that. I feel like you're being given just thinking about health and those kind of little bits and pieces, just always trust the guidance of your medical directives as far as it sits, but also trust your own self. Okay, always trust your own self. I feel like you're walking up a pathway like this and you need to sort of be like this, okay? And so I'll just leave that little sort of component there with you, but pay attention to your gut, all right? Trust your gut instincts, even just in simple choices and decisions as far as it sits. Like, I feel like if I was just walking 5 minutes a day, I'd feel so much better in my head. You're right, okay? So do that because, as I said, I feel like you're on the cusp of this release. It's like this release. seal the deal, make a commitment to move forward. Okay, I just want to do a little quick, be open to embracing changes, accept that shit happens and that your goals are not impossible. Let this all just crash, but be mindful of your intentions and be mindful of your attitude. Okay, yeah, your head will cloud with uncertainty, you be caught in your own thoughts, but you get left with beautiful joy. Again, healing, you need to allow that to come in, and you need to focus on the bigger picture. You need to believe that you can actually do these things, and take a moment just to group yourself. All right, so I hope that helps. All right, I am so getting a camera for above the cards. All right, let's get back into the flow. Karaoke. All right, any card jumping out for me, please. Love your work. Let me see. I get taken 3 months forward with you. I say 3 or 4, but then I get sort of 3 behind it. Look, it feels like work. You can see that I'm like, so it's definitely no. It's work. What is it though? You've got an energy sitting there in that 3 or 4 months mark, as I said, it sits in and around work, and I keep seeing you sitting there shaking hands and saying thank you very much. Okay, it's a nice energy that's there with it. It's the thing I can't grab though, is it promotion, pay rise, or a benefit of something. It doesn't feel as straightforward as, oh, you're getting a promotion in 3 months. You know what I mean? It's, yeah. So if you're working on something in the background, as far as all that energy sits, I want to say to you this, that's there. Let me just grab you a couple of cards. Nice. You've got the improvements of self and situations coming into play, but again, allowing that healing to come in and making a commitment to move forward with that. Yes, there's a massive theme today. You've got completions card that sits there as well. You've got the 2 for the healing and the making the commitment to heal sat together. Okay. Yeah, and then you've got growth. Just take some time, and the end of an era is on its way as far as it sits, and that comes through with the growth, the take 5, and the sunset card that's there. Okay, so I feel like you've actually got some really strong improvements coming in and around with you. I want to say to you though, get out of your own head a little bit. Okay, a little bit of mindfulness and self-awareness and those kind of little bits and pieces. I feel like there's a communication issue linked with somebody. It keeps kind of coming just to a head a little bit. Okay, and it feels like the energy around that communication has got so much like positiveness and support and all of those kind of little bits and pieces. And that's where I just want to say, just jump out of your own head a little bit. All right, I feel like it just sort of brings an ease around you that's even better than what's there now. Okay, so I hope that helps. Beautiful. What am I doing to do that? Don't know. Let me catch up. I can fix it down here. Let me see if I can grab this one. All right. Yeah, it just needs a crash. Sorry, Beverly, I'll bring you back. Hey, Beverly Gabrielle. Sorry, guys, around the with the comments. That's my mouse. I'll take full responsibility and ownership for that. All right. Beverly, before I read for you, I just want to chuck in a couple of things. One, Ozpara is on the 7th of February, and there are still pre-bookings available in the afternoon. So if you would like to do so, please send me a text message and I'll get you booked in. Bathurst has 1 spot left for Friday evening. And so if you're looking or thinking about booking for Bathurst, let me know for Friday evening. I do have a couple of spots left for Saturday as well. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to those things coming up into February. Also, there is a discount code on my booking page for everybody on the live feed, and it is live, LIVE. If you enter that into the code thing when you do a booking with me, you will get a 20% discount, and that is valid for all of February. Your reading doesn't have to be in February, but if you book it in February for whenever you want, you get that 20% discount. All right, Beverly, let me focus on you. Beverly, I'm not surprised. Think about habits around with you, okay? I feel like you're kind of a little bit of the master of your own demise at the moment. And I say that gently, and it definitely feels like it's more like tiredness, lethargicness, just almost like a sludge that's there with it. Okay. And as I said, I kind of want to smoke with you because I feel like you know exactly where that energy is coming from. But the thing around it is, too, okay. Um, like on a serious note, with that sits there with it, pay attention with it, because the imbalances that it creates. Let me think. Not think. I want to explain it to you in the way of if somebody eats, and I'm not saying that you're eating processed food all the time, but if somebody eats like a whole bunch of processed food for say 2 weeks, they don't, working at the Easter show for a week, for example, right? Their body starts to react with that, like from a hormonal level, from a digestive level, and all of those kind of bits and pieces. And so it throws off all the off kilters of normal levels and bits and pieces in the body that's there with it. It's almost like we're looking for a harder answer that has a very simple answer sort of sitting there. So, oh, there it is. Okay, so just pay attention to your own energy at the moment. Okay, you've got the be positive. Your attitude is a choice, and you've got the health card, which I wasn't surprised about. And you've also got the dead end card. This way doesn't work. Look, there's a stubborn energy that's there attached to it, but that stubbornness energy isn't about arms folded. It's, as I said, it's about tiredness and exhaustion and the emotional energy that comes in and along with it as well. It's it's funny. It comes to be. I know I can be quite straightforward when it comes to reading with you, and so I get the thing in my head that says the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Okay, so I'm going to leave that thought there with you, and I hope it helps. All right, so let's catch up with the comments. Excellent. So, guys, just while I have you very quickly as well, I'm about to release some classes up on the page. We've got Monday evenings and Wednesday days so far for those. And so there is a spiritual development class that is more about personal as far as it sits. So it's not about becoming professional. I actually wrote a little note for it, and I could say that it isn't about predicting someone's future. It is about learning to discover and harness your own intuitive and spiritual ability to bring about your best life and to be confident in your own healing ability and connection to your soul space and those who reside within it. The reason why I had that written down is because as I was getting ready for my live feed, I was reflecting on the class, and I was like, that's it. I was brushing my teeth. I was brushing my teeth, and I got that big, beautiful sentence of how I wanted to describe it. And so that's what that one is about. But then there will also be a class that is more focused on psychic development in a more professional capacity. No obligation to come every week and The details will be up on the page soon. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing those with you each week. Let me catch up with the comments. And, of course, my freaking mouse doesn't work. You know what? I'm tempted, if this keeps pissing me off, to restart, because I'm only 23 minutes in, and this is just annoying the shit out of me. Can I please have a card for love? I am single. Anna Carlson. Nice. I feel like you've done a lot of your lessons. I feel like you've done a lot of your energy that's there. I want to say to you, spend this time while you're single through self-exploration. And I'm not just talking about masturbation and all that sort of stuff. I'm talking about really connecting with the things that fill you with joy and turn you on and all of those kind of wonderful things that are there in between, because the playfulness and the silliness and things like that I see coming in for you are quite gleeful. Okay, but I feel like there's just needs to be a conscious awareness in that as we step into the flow. Honestly, I don't want to even get too deep with it. I can just feel that there's back energy there that needs to be mindful. But again, if that mindfulness is there, I feel that you navigate yourself through it quite quickly. Again, with yourself as well, pick your eyes up. I often say to people, you walk with your eyes down to the ground, you don't ever see who's looking at you. Okay. And I feel like there's a lot of energy around you that perhaps you miss a little bit. All right. Don't underestimate yourself, and definitely don't underestimate the beautiful energy that you throw off into play. Look, I want to say to you that I feel like the energy is actually abounding around you. I feel like there's a development that sits there onto it as far as it sits. So if you're not actually connecting with somebody right at this moment in its new phases and things like that, I definitely want to say over the next 8 to 12 weeks, that energy is there. And it's playful and it's sweet. don't be afraid to be daring. Okay, daring in the way of you though, not in an authentic way. But don't hide. If you go, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to do that, then you have to. That's the rules. Okay, I hope that helps. Yeah, sweet. That's awesome. And as far as the days and bits and pieces goes, it's a play by ear thing as it starts. If I get a lot of people coming to me going, okay, this is a day that works better and da 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 da, definitely will be open to that. The classes will be only $20 each, and I am offering a discount as well if you want to book, several sessions out. Da 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 da. I'll give you a discount as well. But again, all the comments will be up on the page soon. Nice. Yeah, you can feel it, Anna. And so be daring with it. It's like if you're a carpenter and you learn how to work with wood, somebody's calling on you to use your skills. Come and build me a deck. It's time to go build your deck. The classes will all be online. Oh, trying to get this buddy. You know what, guys? It's probably going to peeve you off a little bit, but I'm going to fix this mouse issue and jump back online, okay? Because you can see it's slowing down the live feed big time, and nobody wants to sit here and watch me trying to work out how to play them with my mouse. Yes, I have a crass sense of humor. So, guys, I am literally going to log out and fiddle with my mouse and jump straight back on. Okay, so give me 5 minutes. What is it? It's 12:34 now. Like, we'll say 12. Look, I'm going to say 12:45 just to be safe, but honestly, it should be like 12:40. All right, I'll be back. Sorry. It's just annoying. It's not working. All right, I'll be back.